Hello there. The Brexit process is far from over. Negotiations between the UK and the EU continue. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost. And I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. And a big thanks to my Patreon and PayPal supporters. Many people assume now that the treaty is signed, the whole Brexit thing is done and dusted. But it's not. And it looks like the first major issue on the agenda is financial services and the City of London. And the two sides to the negotiation are: the EU wants the city decamped into the EU, and the UK wants city access to the EU single market. And as he said in his statement in the House of Commons yesterday, and when talking to City AM, the UK Chancellor Rishi Sunak has plans for a Big Bang 2.0 for the city. As I explained in a video a few days ago, the UK and EU are looking to put together a memorandum of understanding regarding financial services and have it in place by March. The PM's official spokesman said, "The Treasury has been in contact with the EU on it and the discussions are starting this week at an official level." And on the aims of the negotiation from a UK viewpoint added, "We want to preserve financial stability, market integrity, and the protection of investors and consumers. We did push for a broad agreement on financial services as part of the negotiations, and the Treasury will continue that work with the Commission beginning this week. The joint declaration was clear: we are aiming to agree a memorandum of understanding by March." And this will all hinge on equivalence of regulations going forward, and the price the UK will have to pay to gain that equivalence. What is galling, though, is that the UK unilaterally gave the EU equivalence in 17 financial services sectors, but the European Union reciprocated only in 2, where to not have done so would have caused market turmoil. And even those 2 have been grudgingly given by the EU and are also time limited. The EU will of course be looking to impose a system on us that bleeds London dry and forces business into the EU, or at least cost us an arm and a leg for the privilege. But their usual trick with us is to try and tie us into their rule books. But as I explained in that earlier video, the Governor of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, has made it quite clear that the UK would be barking to pay too heavy a price for city access into the EU. If the price is too high, then we can't just go for it whatever. I strongly recommend that we don't become a rule taker. If the price of that is no equivalence, then I'm afraid that will follow, he said. And Deputy Governor Sam Woods went further and said, "If you had to be a rule taker to get equivalence, you'd be crazy to do that deal." I would think that this part of the negotiations is going to be quite tough, and it will be interesting to see who fronts the UK side of the talks for this. And in other news, a court case is being brought against the government for failure to account for some £3 billion worth of pandemic contracts with private suppliers. The Green Party MP Caroline Lucas and Liberal Democrat Layla Moran have joined forces with Labour MP Debbie Abrahams and the Good Law Project to file the judicial review. The Guardian reports, 3 cross-party MPs and Good Law Project, a non-profit-making organisation, have filed a judicial review against the government for breaching the law and its own guidance, and argue that there are mounting concerns over coronavirus procurement processes. But what concerns me is that Parliament has all sorts of checks and balances and select committees to watch over all these things. So why the need for a court case? Or is it just more lawfare? But I do have to say that with the tens and hundreds of billions of public funds being fire-hosed at this, the pandemic has vastly increased the potential for all sorts of dodgy dealings. from milking financial support schemes to helping mates by putting the odd £1 billion worth of deals their way, to taking advantage of the vulnerable. I'm not pointing fingers, but to some people I suspect this period has been more like a COVID racket than a COVID pandemic. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it by following the link in the descriptions box below and support me on Patreon or PayPal. So what do you think about this? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching.